Every artist has made a character before, whether that was for yourself or an insert for a franchise. We've all done it before. And yours truly has 19 years of experience in drawing, probably. Because I have been doing this all my life. I'm not an expert. Step 1. Idea. Admittedly, the hardest part of making a character is coming up with an idea. So, I found a very easy and simple way to accomplish that, to practice your character making skills. Simply put, grab whatever object you see in front of you and make a character based on it. I'm going to be using my Christmas tree as an inspiration to be festive. Before I get to step 2, a large percentage of you are not subscribed to my channel. So, if you're enjoying the video, make sure to subscribe. You can always unsub in case you change your mind. Step 2. Brainstorming. Now that you have your idea, it's time to analyze. Look at it, examine its shape, get inspiration, do research on it, and most importantly, gaze at its color palette. One of the most important things visually is the color of the character and its shape, because it's what makes one character distinct. As an example, the color strategy is used by many characters because it's what makes one concept distinguishable from another. Let's say you take green and red, that probably reminds you of Christmas. Blue, red and white, Sonic. Purple and green, good old Bernie. Color theory comes to play a lot in this case. Every color has its own symbolism, mood, and interpretation, so you can choose accordingly. The pairing of the colors is also very important. As an illustration, if you want your design to completely stand out, use complementary colors. And color theory is quite important, so they are easy on the eyes and not like those 2000s DeviantArt OCs. Except if you don't care about that, which, if so, all the power to you, love. In my case, I'm going to be using white, brown and gold. As for its shape, it's a cone, so we'll see what I'm gonna be making later in this video. Hey, look! It has lights too. Wonder what I'm gonna be doing with that. Step 3. Personality making. Before designing anything, it's a good idea to know the quirks and characteristics of the character. Is a character happy-go-lucky or more stoic? What do they like? What's the confidence level? Are they active or sedentary? All of that is quite important to character making. Do you have no idea what to make of it? Google character tropes. There are a lot of sources based on that on multiple sites. Do you want them to be human, an alien, a cat? The world is your oyster. Step 4. Designing. My favorite part! So, we found the color, the personality, and the shapes. I'd say consider the shape of it first because it's extremely important in character design itself. Not only are the shapes extremely important in the design itself, but it can also show off your OC's personality. Is a character energetic? Use more exaggerated shapes. Is your character more fluid in their movements? Use more curves as a base. Before I do that though, I'm going to be sketching the face because I feel like it's important to have a general idea of your character's facial characteristics to help you in advance. I used the white on the hair and made it reminiscent of my reference, aka my Christmas tree. Skin was darker to contrast with the white, and the eyes are gold to tie everything together. Now, onto the main design. In my case, the Christmas tree is reminiscent of a cone, triangular and all. So I'm going to be drawing very posy and model-less character with a long gown to mimic the shape. Of course, you don't have to completely stick to it. It's definitely okay to stray a little from the original shape because there are no rules to art, just guidelines. Back to my design. I decided to keep the wispy hair that I initially sketched, and the pose is very much reminiscent of fashion magazines. I felt the tree was already quite glamorous, so it's fitting. The gown is long, and it has sheer gold bars on top of it, so it's more festive. The sleeves of the dress have a lot of volume to contrast with the triangular shape of the skirt. The shoes are heeled gold boots that I thought would give more of a tough vibe, and yet, in the end, it still plays nicely with the overall design. As for the accessories, the ornament earrings were a must, and also the gold star herpes. Herpes to mimic the star on my tree, and of course sparkles in some parts of the outfit. I think you've already realized how much I love shiny things. I'm like a magpie bird. Step 5. Sharing. How do you want your character to come off? That's where the description comes in. Before you do that though, no, we don't want to know that the character dislikes falafel. How dare they dislike falafel? Don't dislike falafel. What the f am I saying? What is their backstory? You can even project onto the character, like, why is their life crumbling apart? Share it around in social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace if you're in 2008, your cat, or keep it to yourself because no one cares about your creative outlet.
But that's okay!
Because as long as you like it yourself, that's all you need. After finishing creating your character, fixate on them for around a week or a month, and then abandon them for a new one because that's usually what happens anyway. Enjoy! If you create an OC based on this video, please share it with me. I'm at serinigalini on Twitter and Instagram, or any other platform really. Thanks for watching, and bye.